Good morning, everybody. It's great to see you again. Today we're going to be talking about letter F, and F is for fish. So let's take a look at what letter F looks like. This is the big uppercase F and the lowercase f, and look at that fish. So let's see if we can decorate the letter F in a fun way. To decorate F, we're going to be using fingerprints. F is for fingerprints. I'm going to be using just a little bit of blue paint, and blue is actually our color for today. Not only that, Fred, our pet fish, is blue. Okay, you can make as many fingerprints as you like on your paper. And once you get that all decorated and you know what letter F looks like, then you can practice writing the letter F. Let me show you how. So to write the letter F, you're going to need a number 1, and then you're going to need 2 more lines, one across the top and the middle. Does this remind you of letter E? Letter E has 1 more line at the bottom. But for this letter F, you just want 3 lines total. So we're going to do that again. So a number 1, and then a line across the top and the middle. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house. Now remember, the letters live in houses just like we do. The big grown-up letters can go upstairs and downstairs. So that big uppercase F is going to start upstairs and come downstairs. We're going to go back up, trace the top and the middle lines. 1, 2, 3. You try. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can pause and practice, or you can just keep going and maybe practice some more for homework. And if you don't have any paper, you could always just skywrite. You could do like this, 1, 2, 3 with your finger. Okay, now we're going to work on the lowercase letter F. Before we do though, I need to ask you, does anybody like candy canes? I do too. I love candy canes. Well, did you know that the lowercase f looks a lot like a candy cane? So you're going to make this candy cane shape and then put a line in the middle. So candy cane cross. See, it kind of looks like a cross. So just think about it as a candy cane and a cross. Candy cane cross. So start near the top. This is a little letter, but it's a teenager letter. Sometimes the little letters can go upstairs and even in the basement, and that's the case with this little F. It's going to go upstairs and all the way down, and then we're going to just trace the middle line. Candy cane, cross. Candy cane, cross. Candy cane, cross. You can practice those lowercase f's too, and don't forget, you can always skywrite if you don't have paper. Now that we know what letter F looks like and how to write it, we're going to talk about what letter F sounds like. The letter F sounds like this. You take your top teeth and put them on your bottom lip and blow. So it sounds to me like a firefly. So this is our hand motion. It's kind of like a firefly blinking on and off. But we're going to do something else with this. We're going to go fast because F is for fast too. Fast. So we'll make that firefly blink on and off really fast. In fact, let's play a little game right now to help this really stick. So I'm going to tell you something to do, and you can do it really fast as you can, okay? All right, you ready? We're going to clap really fast. Go. Ooh, good job. You were fast. Now let's blink our eyes really fast. You ready? Okay, go. Whoa, you're a good blinker. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to run in place really fast. So let's stand up and let's run. Ready, go. Fast, 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 fast. Good job. Woo. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump really fast. Ready, set, go. Jump, 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 jump really fast. Very good job. Well, F is for fast. Very nice job on our letter of the day, everyone. Now we're going to switch over and do some math. And for math today, we're talking about the number 2. Last week we talked about number 1 and we learned how to write number 1. We counted some things, but this week we're going to be working on number 2. So number 2 looks like this. You curve around, slide down, and out. I'll show you that again, okay? Curve around, slide down, and out. It reminds me of the lowercase f a little bit, but you're going to curve and slide. When we slide, that's a diagonal line. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house, okay? We're going to start near the top and curve around, slide down and out. Curve around, slide down and out. Now, 2 can be a little tricky, and if you don't get it today, don't worry because 2 is our number all week long. So by the end of the week, you should have it all set. Okay, so we're going to do something fun today for math. We're going to look for number 2. We're going to drive our boat and see if we can get a fish, okay? So here's the worksheet. And a link below there is a link below to help you to know where you can get a copy of this worksheet too. Okay, so we're going to start at the boat, and everywhere we see number 2, we're going to draw a line until we get all the way down to the fish. Remember what number 2 looks like. All right, here we go. You can point on your screen or you can pause, print this worksheet and do it along with me, okay? Okay, which way should I go next? Oh, this way? Keep going. Do you see another number 2? Down, okay. Where's another number 2? Which way should I go? Down. This way? Oh, wow, you're doing a great job driving the boat. We're trying to get down to the fish. Point to the number 2. Oh, I see it. Now, which way should I go? Where's the number 2? This way. Good. Keep going. Number 2. Wow, we're almost there. Let's go down. I see a number 2 down here. And down again. Okay. This way. And this way. Look, we found the fish. Very, very good. And we found lots of number 2s, didn't we? Well, that was our math time for today. And our color for today is the color of Fred. Fred is blue. Let me zoom you over so you can get a closer look at Fred. There he is. Fred is blue, and that's our color for this week. I'm wearing blue today, and we're going to learn how to spell blue. Blue is spelled like this. B-L-U-E spells blue. B-L-U-E spells blue. Hi-ho, did you know? B-L-U-E spells blue. The big sky is blue. The ocean is too. Hi-ho, did you know? B-L-U-E spells blue. How do you spell blue? BLUE spells blue. We'll work on that all week long. We made blue fingerprints. We used a blue marker when we made the number 2, and Fred is blue today, so that's a really special color. Next, we're going to talk about our shape for this whole week, and I'm just introducing it today. And this is my friend Sandy, and guess what? She's blue. Sandy Square is my name. My 4 sides are all the same. So this is a square, and a square has 4 sides. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 sides are exactly the same size. So this is Sandy Square is my name. My 4 sides are all the same. We'll talk a lot more about squares all week long, but right now it's time for art. So let's head over to the art table. For art today, we're going to be making a paper plate fish. The first thing that I'm going to do is just cut a mouth for my fish. I'm doing that by cutting just a triangle shape. So that's going to be his mouth. And this part that I cut out is actually going to be his tail. So I'm going to turn this upside down, and I'm going to just glue his tail on the back. Just like that. Now let's turn it back over. And I'm going to be using some orange paint. You can use any color you'd like. Mine's going to be a goldfish, but you could even make your fish blue like Fred if you'd like to. I'm just going to make a goldfish, so I will paint him orange. And I need to paint his tail. Okay, once you get him all painted, the next thing that you can do is take some pasta. I just have some macaroni noodles. And we're gonna glue some of the macaroni noodles on his back to look like little scales. You can glue as many or as few as you'd like. You can even use other kinds of pasta too. Okay, you can continue until you finish with your pasta. And then if you'd like to, you can even put an eye that you can draw an eye on, or you could use a wiggly eye like I'm going to use. There you go. So I hope you have fun today making a paper plate pasta fish. Let's come around now and do some science together. Now we're going to learn a little bit about fish. Let's take a look at this picture and I'll explain more about it. This is the picture of a fish, and the parts of the fish are fins. You can see the fins right here on the top. Fins help the fish to swim and glide through the water. Next, you can see some gills right here on the side of the fish. And these help the fish breathe. So what happens is the fish takes in water that has oxygen in it, and then it pulls it in and pumps it out and over the gills, and that allows it to breathe. Next, we have the scales. All over the fish, there are scales. Fish do not have hair or fur, but these scales act like skin and protect the fish. Also, fish scales can act as camouflage. Fish scales are usually shiny or reflective. And also, there are many different colors. Depending on where the fish lives, they can help the fish to hide if they need to from predators. They can blend into their surroundings. Fish usually have two eyes, one on each side. Fish can see color. That's pretty cool. Fish do have color vision. And fish, you might not notice any ears. That's because they don't have an outer ear, but they are able to sense sound using their inner ear. Okay, so those are the basic parts of a fish. Fins, gills, scales, and an eye. And let's not forget the tail. The tail acts a lot like the fin and just helps the fish to glide easily through the water and change direction. Well, there you have it. That was our science for today. And finally, we're going to end with a story. And this is one of my favorite stories. It's called A Fish Out of Water by Helen Palmer. "This little fish," I said to Mr. Carp. "I want him. I like him, and he likes me. I will call him Otto." "Very well," said Mr. Carp. "Now I will tell you how to feed him." Then Mr. Carp told me, "When you feed a fish, never feed him a lot, so much and no more, never more than a spot, or something may happen, you never know what." Then I took Otto home. I gave him some food. I did not give him much, just one little spot. But this did not make Otto happy. He wanted more food. He had to have more. Poor Otto, he just had to have more. I knew what Mr. Carp told me. Never feed him a lot, never more than a spot, or something may happen, you never know what. But I gave Otto all the food in the box. Then something did happen. My little Otto began to grow. I saw him grow. I saw him grow and grow. Soon he was too big for his little fish bowl. There was just one thing to do, and I did it. I put Otto into the flower bowl. Shoo, there, that'll hold you. But it didn't hold Otto. The flower bowl didn't hold him at all. He grew right out the top. This was not funny at all. I grabbed the flower bowl and ran with it. "Otto," I said, "I know just where to put you. Then you'll be all right." I put him in a big pot, but Otto was not all right. I saw him grow some more. Very soon, he was too big for the pot. I put him in the pot after pot. He was growing so fast. Poor Otto, my poor little fish. Oh, why did I feed him too much? "Otto," I said, "stop growing, please." But Otto did not stop growing. He was growing all the time, and very soon I ran out of pots. Otto had to have water. There was just one thing to do, and I did it. I grabbed him. I ran upstairs. I ran to the tub. The tub is big. It can hold lots of water. At last, "There, Otto," I said. "This tub holds my father. This tub holds my mother, so it will hold you." But the tub did not hold him at all. He went right on growing. "Oh, Otto," I said, "what can I do now?" Then crash, the door went down. Crash, Otto went down, and I went down too. What a ride! Down went the water into the cellar, and down went Otto too. I had to do something and fast. I grabbed the phone. I called a policeman. "Help, help," I said. "I fed my fish too much. Mr. Carp told me not to, but I did." "What?" said the policeman. "Mr. Carp told you not to, but you did. Too bad. I will come at once. The policeman came. My fish went that way, I said. He's down in the cellar. The policeman ran down with me. What a fish, he said. He's much too big to keep in a cellar. We'll have to get him out. We had to work and work to get Otto out. Poor Otto. Oh, why did I feed him too much? Mr. Carp told me not to, or something would happen, and it did. It did. Now we had Otto out of the cellar, but now Otto had no water at all. A fish has to have water, I said to the policeman. We must take him to water. Get help. Call for help on the radio. The policeman called on the radio. He called for the fireman. Help, help, he said. A boy has fed a fish too much. A boy has fed a fish too much. We'll come at once. The firemen came. They all helped to get Otto up. Well, where can we take him? I asked. Uptown? Downtown? To the pool, yelled the fireman. To the pool, I yelled, and please hurry. They did hurry. The fire truck with Otto came right up to the pool. The fireman yelled, Everyone get out of the pool. This fish is going in. Down into the pool went Otto, into the pool with a great big splash. Now I was happy. Now at last my Otto had water. Lots of water. This big pool was just the thing. This big pool would hold him. But Otto went right on growing, and no one wanted Otto in the pool. They did not like Otto at all. You take that fish out of here, they yelled. There was just one thing to do, and I did it. I ran to the phone. I called Mr. Carp. Please, please help me, I said. I fed Otto too much. Oh dear, said Mr. Carp, so you fed him too much. I knew you would. I always say don't, but you kids always do. So Mr. Carp came, and he had a little black box in his hand. He had other things too. What are you going to do, Mr. Carp? I asked, but Mr. Carp said nothing. He just went right up to the pool. He took his black box with him and all the other things. Splash, he went down. Splash, Otto went down too. Now I couldn't see anything. Mr. Carp, what are you doing? Are you all right? I yelled. Then up jumped Mr. Carp. In his hand was a little fish bowl, and in the bowl was my Otto. Mr. Carp had made him little again. Don't ask me how I did it, he said, but here's your fish. And from now on, please don't feed him too much, so much and no more. Never more than a spot, or something may happen, and now I know what. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed F is for fish today. I'll see you next time for letter G. G is for garden. Goodbye. Have a great day.